have a sing-along. You need to know
that I'm a rider. Tonight we gonna set the...
Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're gonna do something a little different. This is real footage of me playing, but this is not me talking. Is not at the time that this was recorded. This is gonna be a little after the hand editing here. The best way I learn is by watching people do what I'm about to do and just like go through my gameplay and discuss my decision making and like how I go through the map and how I go through my rounds. And I like that's the best way I've been able to learn CS:GO. So I'm gonna see if that works for everybody else and how popular this will go. I think right here, yeah, I had a little problems recording. I can see that I was recording this time. So yeah, let's get into it. Just gonna wait for the round to start, I guess.
Bomb has been planted.
Oh, the round did start. I was late to the round, that's what happened. So yeah, this is basic pistol round. Oh, this is Lem is one of my players, bro. He's really good.
Reach wins.
I'll probably end up commentating him throughout the game. It's eco round. Basically, for eco round on grounded, what I like to do is buy like an SMG. Depending on if I'm rushing A mid or if not, I'll buy a flash and I'll make sure I get that flash and I'll rush A long like I'm doing here. It's a really good way to get some picks if you can hit that flash on your players, on the people coming out of storage. Which I used to see, I saw him run across, so I came into this corner. This is not a corner that a lot of people like to check for, so it's a really good way to grab like that first pick. Based off of how fast your reflexes are. See, he picked up a shot. And I saw he had an M4, so I really wanted to push out and get it. Probably didn't have to. Probably could have played a little safer, but again, this isn't a scrim. By pushing out, I ended up getting that second
kill. Coalition wins.
So this was definitely an aggressive play that was not needed, but again, I got a little hungry for kills. It wasn't necessarily something you should do in a competitive match if you were definitely trying. It's better to play safe and back off onto those sites. But again, I was going for kills early round, and there's that flash play again. Even though I had an AK, still threw that flash so that I could secure wagon. Now that I got wagon, kind of just definitely make sure it's secured. Back off in the A mid since the guy that was with me was watching wagon. It's nobody A mid, so I think this is where I ended up running towards B. Oh, I came up in flank. Yeah, I remember this. I get like a 3K here. Heard one guy, that's why I'm walking. Gonna wait in this corner, wait for him to peek. Saw that guy. Got that pick. I shouldn't have pulled out my knife there and run back. I should have played that second guy. I didn't know he was there. He was expecting me to be back further in the A mid, so I just played aggressively again and got that easy kill. Now, one of the last guys I knew was B mid. So I knew he'd be rotating over trying to flank. Trying to bait sound right there by throwing my pistol. Make him think that I was farther off than I was.
Coalition wins.
Yeah, he thought I was off in the A mid, and that's a great way to play aggressively. I think I bought a flash here. I like playing the A site. It's just really easy to secure, especially when you're in there. You can kill like your entire team together. Oh, here's where it got really messy. Right as I'm saying that, that's great. Got that kill. It wasn't much I could do. Lemon was backing me up there too. Now you see what I would have done if I was this guy? Was push up into that corner I played earlier with the MP5. This is he's got those two people behind him watching long. So he needs to go focus more on a wagon. And I think, yeah, he should have definitely checked his corners there. These guys definitely, this is the positioning you want. One near long, watching long, and one wagon.
The bomb has been planted.
Planet B, yeah. Now he should be patient. He needs to be a little more patient than that, because then they could have definitely double teamed that last guy, but now they're forced on a 1v1. He's got time. He shouldn't have made that step. I don't remember what happened here. This is the one problem with doing this commentary much later.
Reach wins.
Yeah, they lost an easy 1v2 because they pushed in too aggressively and off time. Should have waited, but that's something you can watch your radar for if you're playing your own game. Definitely watch to see when that second guy's pushing in, so you can push in at the same exact time and get that easy flank.
Flashbang out.
It's a flank in the frag. I think I do push out here. Yeah. Now we've got 3 people A, which is kind of unnecessary. Definitely, yeah, this is where I tell them to go B. And now they both rotate off. One of them should at least go A mid, so I know my connector's safe. But this is obviously probably a B push here. I think this was a B push. I was going to rotate there, but again, if they were just holding off, they've still got a minute left. If they were holding off to wait on their push, kind of like a delayed push, I was the only one on A watching this, so I definitely wanted to make sure that it was not free plant. Kind of turned away for a second there and got absolutely crapped on. That guy should not have won that fight. He's running with his knife out, thinking everybody's stores and 3 people left. It's definitely not a fight you want to take here in connector. You got to push out. I think this is where I would have called for a save if I was still alive. He's got a U ratio or an op, whatever you want to call it. I like saying op, it's just more generic with me playing CSGO as well. I don't remember, I don't think he clutches this off because of time. It took way too long, yeah.
Reach wins.
It's definitely a good try, but I would have called for a save there if I knew that he had an op and I was still alive. You know, rewatching this, I do realize that I go A like a lot. Just through the smoke, reposition for the next angle, and nobody was there. So I think he's already wagging is what that's going through my head right now. Which he was wagging, missed an easy shot. Check it. We got 2 people with AKs over there, so I went to go check their long again, make sure I have my teammates back. No, I had the utilities to retake this. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I remember that. That was me being too aggressive again. Probably should have stayed back, watched the off angles, and waited for him to push in.
Coalition wins.
I don't think we ever decoed here. Yeah. Too much cast to ego. Yeah.
Toss a flash.
I'm the only one at A again, so I want to make sure that I'm like, my whereabouts are unknown. I don't want anybody to know where I'm at. Now, I'm setting up a smoke there because I am the only one here at A, so I'm going to watch wagon while the smoke basically acts as a wall from connector or that other A entrance. My teammate did end up pushing out of a connector, so he does have my connector. I don't think I realized that. I don't know if he was there before the round started. Still, it's the reason I'm not running over to B right away is because our teammates are winning those fights over there. Teammates are winning those fights over there. It's a 1v3, or at least it was a 1v4, or 2v4, and like they were winning all their fights. So there really is no reason for me to rotate. It just keeps those players off of A and make sure they don't get a free push on them.
Coalition wins.
That was just having faster reaction time. Wasn't nothing special to that kill. Now this is the last round. It's always a good thing to know. And that time they full pushed onto that long sight. I was expecting there to be a teammate behind me, and I didn't even bother to look at my radar. And I completely forgot that I was, or I didn't even know that I was vulnerable to that entrance. That was a mistake on my part. I should have looked at my radar, figured out where my teammates were, what they were watching, and they got a free easy kill on me there and free 8 sight. But luckily, it looks like they're coming back. 3-2 right now. Apparently Lemon's shooting marshmallows. The score 11-5. Still not great. I think I went I think the final score is like 20. I had 20 kills or something like that. Somewhere around there.
Coalition wins.
Myers got that last kill. It's also a friend of mine. 142 ping. I hope y'all saw that. It's great having that ping. Now here, I throw this flash like that because it really does stop the rev on pistol round. Right there, the flash gives us, which doesn't really matter because I got doo-dooed on anyways. Yeah, pulled the old Hades special right there. Probably all know Hades. It's a good fast push. They weren't really expecting it. It's a 3v1 now, which there's not much the other guy could do.
Wins.
Yeah, there it is. It's a nice little pre-fire. You only have one more angle you could peek. Pre-firing that allows you to completely eliminate peeker's advantage, which I can talk about in another video. Peeker's advantage is a whole video on its own. Play this flash again since it's eco. I got M4s though, so I'm gonna take this fight. There was nobody. I think I just back off and play. The other team was rotating really fast, so it was a free couple picks off here if we were expecting it. So I think I get over here. Saw that guy, but he was already watching that angle, so I backed off. Oh, he died though. There's a few of them here. Myers helps me out. I know there's one more in. Pick up this more bullets. We just
Breach
play on that guy,
wins.
get the headshot. You saw how we both peeked at different angles. A lot of people will peek that, but at the same angle. And Myers, like, say if I went and peeked that after him, Myers didn't have to pay attention to that because he was in front of me. I was the one that had to pay attention to that because I was behind him. Now he swung out, and once I saw him swinging out deep, I swung out short. That means the guy's got to like shoot at 2 different angles, and he can't take us both out with a couple shots. He's got to completely readjust his aim, which is another pro tip. Just the guy who's behind the person peeking, just make sure you don't peek at the angle. It really shouldn't be a pro tip, but a lot of the pro critical ops players have more times
Bomb has been planted.
than you think. Just missed a couple shots. Should have never happened. My CSGO grind, I haven't been able to continue in critical ops as much. But we're gonna keep doing this. I think I like this a lot better than just making like highlight videos. Didn't really have my niche, but here it is.
Breach wins.
It's a nice little shot by Lemon. It's also been a couple days since I've had college, so it would be a lot easier if I knew what was happening. Yeah, that was the stupidest rush of my life. I suggest never doing that. I don't know what my goal was there, or nor what my attention was looking at. Like I was not successful. Yeah, I can't speak. I wasn't vulnerable to long. So I should have looked at it. Lemon almost had this clutch, man. This was probably my fault because at the end, I talked. Probably should have just let him play this out instead of me talking. But I like to help my team out in callouts. He was tower on the other guy, and I saw that, so I was just relaying info. He almost had this 1v4. He ends up being A. Just probably skip ahead 10 seconds if you really want to. I heard him. I didn't know how to explain it to him typing. We weren't in VC.
Coalition wins.
Yeah, that was definitely my fault. Shouldn't have typed. I had him like shaking all over the place. Now you told me you didn't want this 1v4 in the video, but I wanted to put it in there because it was a really good job, and like I felt bad for ruining that. It was like I probably messed him up. I'll take full responsibility for that. This is why it's a good thing to always be in VC, but inconveniences happen. Tap there, yeah. So I didn't really see him. I was just taking shots, trying to do some damage. ADR. Got the AK. Now there's 2 angles to watch on this flank. It's right there where I'm looking now and coming out of A mid. And I see the guys in cafe watching kind of like T-Spawnish. So I wanted to pay more attention to A mid because these guys were flanking all match. And I definitely wanted to help this guy out so he didn't have to watch 2 angles. And now I see the bombs going deeper into A. Or deeper into B, excuse me. So a really good position to be at when the bomb's being planted on B is right where I am at now. Because a lot of people on CT side will be exactly right there. And that's how we close it out. It's a good little flank, especially if they don't see it coming. That's it for the video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know if I'm going to do more of these. Definitely, I had fun with it. I just want to know if you guys had fun with it too. If this helped anybody out, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.